Hello there, this is RomWills coming back at you with yet another video. Deal with grown women, not little girls. And this is actually kind of a follow-up to a video I did years ago, which was called Little Girls versus Grown Women. And I'm going to tell you what, I'll put that link in the description box, but basically, and when I'm talking about little girls, I don't mean chronologically little girls. I would hope y'all not messing with chronologically little girls. I would hope. I'm talking about women who could be in their 30s, 40s, even 50s, still acting very young. And as opposed to some grown women who are, well, acting their age. See, here's the biggest difference between grown women and little girls. Little girls only want for themselves. They only want for themselves. There's plenty of women out there who will say, hey, I want that six-figure man, but I want somebody who's going to spoil me. That's a little girl right there. Or they want you to take them out, spend all this money on them, take them out for a meal or something like that. Those are little girls. They want to know what you're going to do for them. See, a grown woman, she going to take what you give her, but she's going to give something back. If you ask her that what you bring to the table question, she going to list off some stuff. That's the difference. That grown woman realize she's going to do stuff. And see, that grown woman wants to deal with a grown man. She's emotionally, a real relationship is two people giving to each other. She's not going to just be with you just taking. Now, there's a lot of guys, let's be real. They'll deal with that emotionally little girl, and she could be 30 or something. They'll still deal with her because she fine, she looking good. No. Yeah, she might look good, but what is she giving to you? Because if you giving her something, then yeah, there's nothing wrong with taking care of her and doing all this stuff, but you're not her father. You are not her father. You are a grown-ass man. You need a grown-ass woman for you, especially if you're a man who you on your mission. You need a grown woman behind you, beside you, whatever. You need a grown woman that is helping you to do the things that you have to do. You don't have time to be taking care of multiple children. And I've actually met some men. Yeah, they'll have that wife, and chronologically, she's in her 30s, 40s, even 50s. But it's almost like they have a child. What's the point of that? What is the point? I don't care how good she look. I don't care, or whatever. And I've seen some women like that. I've seen some women, I was like, how old are you? Like, I always tell the story, well, I haven't told it in a long time, when I was 26. And I never forget, I went to see that movie, The Boys in the Hood, with this 38-year-old woman. And the way she was yelling at the screen, there was some young people in there, they were looking at her like, what's wrong with her? She was acting like a little girl. She was acting like a little girl. Indeed, when I had called her up sometime just to talk, sometimes her daughter was talking to me like she was the mother. I was like, what the heck? And I don't mind saying that. And I was dealing with her, but then that's when I was still really learning this concept. I didn't have words for it. It was years later I would get words for it. Say, you know what, she was a little girl. But I was messing with her. She had a fat ass though. But I'm going to tell you what, as a man who's on a mission, as a man with a purpose, as a man who's chasing his sovereignty, you only have time to deal with women who are trying to be with you, who are trying to grow with you. You know? You don't have time for that little girl stuff. See, I'm going to tell you what, that little girl stuff I always have, I had the my bad joke. Yeah, that little girl will do that. That little girl will bring somebody into your bed, into your home. Because even if the grown woman cheats on you, she's going to still respect you. The little girl is all about herself. She ain't thinking about you. She is not thinking about you. The little girl, if you one of those men who want a family, how that little girl's gonna be some child's mother? And I've seen that too. I've seen that. I've seen some like women supposed to be grown women. They not acting any different from their daughters or their sons. Is that what you want as a man? As a man, you want the best type of woman. You want that grown woman who's going to be dealing with you and not just taking what you've given her. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with you giving her something, but she's giving something back. She is supporting you. She is in cooperation with your operation. And you have to deal with that. And you can see that right away. See, that's one of the things. You can really tell if that's a grown woman you're dealing with or a little girl right away, because a little girl is always going to be me, me, me. While the grown woman is going to be like we. And that's what you want to deal with. The grown woman's looking at you like, okay, what can I do to help you? In fact, you might be shocked. You might be like, what's going on? And he was like, wow, I ain't used to this. But you'll get used to it because that's what you have to deal with. You don't have time. Look, as a man, like I'll use that term game, but that's only means how a man gets a woman. Or, even how a woman is going to get a man, social strategy. But you don't have time for any real games. Somebody acting real silly, doing a lot of stuff. Yeah, then learn from Uncle Ron's mistakes and some other elders, some other OGs. Because there's been plenty who probably dealt with some little girl and they thought they were dealing with some grown ass woman. It's like, well, hold up, she 30, she 40. Because like I said, I'm a 26-year-old dealing with a 38-year-old acting like a little girl. And shit, there's been a few more I dealt with, and they older than me. And I'm like, wait a minute, this ain't gonna work. Nah, what you want to do is deal with that grown woman. Don't even waste time. Only way you should be dealing with some young girl acting crazy is if you young yourself. Now, if you're a 15-year-old teenager watching this, okay, if you're dealing with that 15-year-old, but even then, you trying to do something with your life. You trying to build something. You need to think about the woman that you're dealing with. You need to try to go to that higher level. You need to think every second. That woman you deal with, I don't care what her body look like or what her face card look like. I don't care how good the sex is. You have to think about what you're going to do. You need to deal with that grown ass woman. All right? You need to deal with that woman in your presence, that woman who you honoring with your with your presence. Because I've seen too many men destroyed. I do mean destroyed because they dealt with the wrong woman. You need to deal with a woman who is is about what she can do to help you in cooperation with your operation. Not a little girl just because she fine. All right? Just because she fine. And like I said, if she in her 30s, 40s, 50s, she's still acting like a little girl, leave her alone. Then I don't care how pretty she is, whatever. Leave her alone. Deal with a grown woman, okay? All right? So that's all I have for right now. I will get back with you. Peace and blessings.